If the IRS can go after you because of what you think or what you believe or what you do, we'd no longer live in a free country. That's what this is all about. And if you think they're not going to eventually use it against your politics, whatever they might be, it's ridiculous. They certainly will. Laura, what the IRS is trying to do is basically send a signal that if you are doing effective work on behalf of the conservative movement, you gotta have your head on a swivel. You gotta be looking around your shoulder to make sure that the IRS isn't going to come after you. It's fundamentally an assault on people's First Amendment rights, and it's using the government. It's another example of using the government to target political opponents as opposed to effectively administer the laws of the country. This is a very new thing we're seeing in American government. It's very dangerous, and we have to call it out, and we have to fight against it.
Now, the 90,000 agents that we keep hearing about, there were a number of efforts to try to pull back the funding on the IRS. Whatever happened with that? I keep having people come up to me asking me, what's going on with that? And I never have a really good answer.
Well, one update, Laura, is actually myself and a colleague, Roger Marshall, one of the great senators, one of my best friends in the Senate, actually. He and I went to the Senate floor just a couple of days ago and tried to cut $14 billion out of that additional IRS funding. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, has been doing and pushing similar legislation on the House side. Of course, every single Democrat voted to stop it in the United States Senate, even the so-called moderates. What we're seeing here with the weaponization of the IRS is that no Democrat is willing to stand up and say enough is enough. So long as you, with the one hand, give these guys tons of money, and with the other hand, empower them to target their political opponents, you're going to have a fundamentally distorted political system, a lack of justice in this country. That is unfortunately what we have. We're trying to push back against it, Laura, but unfortunately with Chuck Schumer and Democrats in the majority, there's only so much that we can do. It's yet another reason why we've got to push back against the Democratic majorities in 2024. Yeah, Laura, if I could make just one final point. Look, I understand everybody sort of looks at this. I'm a conservative. They say a conservative is complaining about what the IRS is doing to conservatives. This is really not about left versus right. This is about whether we have functional constitutional government in this country. If the IRS can go after you because of what you think or what you believe or what you do, we'd no longer live in a free country. That's what this is all about. And if you think they're not going to eventually use it against your politics, whatever they might be, it's ridiculous. They certainly will.